Gayle. Welcome to back. So I'm just going to do a little short live stream here to kind of catch up, check in with you guys, see how you're doing, let you know about some things that are going on in my life, and just generally touch base. And of course, let me remind you, if you haven't visited before, I invite you to subscribe and be a part of the channel, because this channel is about sharing information and helping each other grow and do things better, live life fuller, travel better, and just reach out and grab life just a little more. So I invite you to click like on the videos if you like it, but definitely go ahead and subscribe. So I really look forward to catching up with everyone. It has been a crazy, insane time period for me. Let me tell you, school has been just all over the place like you wouldn't believe. And right now, I've had these, hey, J. Kurt Vivo is here. Hi, J. Kurt. How are you? I haven't live streamed in just a little over a week, so I wanted to pop on and just kind of check up with everybody. School has had me like up to here with activities. And not necessarily great activities. We're talking about studying. I've actually been making flashcards for an anthropology test that I've got going on tomorrow. And then I've got some studying to do. But enough about me. What are you guys doing? I've got to sign in here real quick. Oh, it's crazy. I thought I'd signed in, but I'm still getting used to life over here with a new computer. My other one died. It just went, as you know, it just quit suddenly. So we've checked the power pack and it's fine. There's no problems there. So the problem has to be within the computer. Now, I got a new computer a few weeks ago because I needed something lightweight and compact for school. So I got a little red covered Dell, which I love, okay? But it doesn't have the computing power to do video and communicate with you guys. So for the past little while, several days now, I've been using a Lenovo computer that I bought, and it's been doing really well. So I'm pleased with it. I'm hopeful that everything is just going to go swimmingly with the new computer. I'm going to be doing an updated video on it soon. I'm looking forward to that. One thing that I will tell you about the little Lenovo computer, it's the IdeaPad 320. It took me like almost no time at all to get it set up. I'm telling you, this thing was up and running within an hour. It was insane. I expected it to take all night because that's what the Dell did. So I had steeled myself to just start it and just let it run, but that was not the case. I didn't need to do that, which was good. Because it's one less thing, So I'm all set for there. And I've got my anthropology here that I'm working on. Good old fun stuff. Like gifts and things like that right here. I didn't know that anthropology was going to be so complicated. H-Top Music is here. Hi, H-Top, and welcome. Now, J. Kurt Vivo was also here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with each other or not, but H-Top Music does some great music, copyright free. I enjoy going to his channel I will stream it. He does a live stream every night at 9 p.m. So, oh, thank you, H Top. I appreciate that like. Like number 2. Yay! And if you're in here, do go ahead and click like because I really appreciate that. And so H Top starts the live stream every night, and I like listening to it while I cook or I'm doing stuff around the house, and especially when I'm doing the studying. H Top, I really like your channel. I plug it like every chance I get. So we don't have much going on right now. It's been several days since I have live streamed. So there you go. Oh, you're welcome, H Top. H Top says thank you. And you are very welcome. So, but I saw another message pop up there. So I guess not. Let me pull it back up over here. Go to the main screen there. There's so many places to keep up with and check up on here. Oh, no, I missed it. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Whoops. Let me turn down my volume. Dean Robinson is here. Hi, Dean. It is nice to meet you. And Dean says, you seem to be very happy and cheerful always. Well, thank you. I'm not sure about that, but I just figure that there's enough just general crap in the world. Why add to it, you know? So, thank you. And you guys, again, don't forget to click like if you're in here. Dean, I'm not familiar with your channel. I'm going to have to go show you some channel love and check you out. I've just pulled it up now. It looks like it may have been just a little while since you posted, but that's okay. I'll give you a chance to meet you. And H-Top was in here. H-Top does a great music channel. I don't know if you heard me bragging on him, but I really enjoy it. Now, have you guys done any live streaming? It looks like Google has tinkered around with the controls. And Dean Robinson says, I don't post too often. It's all good. Now, the thing about YouTube is, unless you're making money on it, YouTube doesn't need to control your life. Okay, you need to have a life outside of YouTube. Otherwise, you know, it can just suck you in. Priorities, right? Yeah, wow, Google has changed the settings. What's this camera setting? I'm going to have to experiment with that, but not right now. Emily I can't talk. I'm sorry. Emily Goldberg has just joined us and says, Gayle, what did you go to college for? I'm majoring in sociology. We'll see what happens beyond that. But the thing is, everybody in my family has their education except me. So I actually started this process when my kids were really young. And my younger daughter, she just couldn't stay well. She would have things like surgery on her stomach, meningitis, more surgery. So what would happen is she'd get sick, she'd stabilize. I'd go back to school, she'd get sick, then she'd stabilize. But I would have to quit to take care of her. So we went through this pattern, and I had to quit until she got older and well. So And then we started moving around some with my husband's job. So I just decided my husband has his master's degree. My oldest daughter has her master's degree. My younger daughter went to graduate school and is now a licensed farmer. So I just decided it was my turn to go. So here I am. And this semester I'm taking anthropology, sociology, social problems in sociology, and marriage and family. And this has been the toughest semester as far as the sheer volume of work. I have just been buried under papers. And Emily says, "Why did you choose sociology?" Well, right now I'm beginning to wonder that myself. No, sociology fascinates me because society is just, we're just changing by leaps and bounds. I mean, a few years ago, who knew that people would be making their living on YouTube? And who would dream that factories would close in the record numbers and there would be this whole job change and shift? I can remember back in 1995, 96, when I first got online, I was having discussions with a person who was a lot more advanced than me in terms of education, and he was very well off. He had his master's degree. And so we were talking then about changes, and I was saying that I really believed in the changes that were going to come about through the internet. And he looked at me and he's like, "No, it's not going to go anywhere. Get your head out of the clouds. Nobody's going to make money. Nobody is making money. It's just not the way to go." So that change has just fascinated me. So I decided to check out sociology, and here I am. So I've got, right now, I'm working on my associate's degree. And if I survive this, then I plan on going ahead and getting my bachelor's degree. And then from that, I don't know, maybe social work, or I may just quit going to school for a while. I don't know. But right now, I got to get the associate's degree. Oh, Rusty Faith is in. Hi, Rusty. I did not see you pop in. Texas Service Dog Team is in the house. Tracy says she's just dropping in to say hello. I'm letting the dogs out and heading off to bed. Have a wonderful evening. Hang in there, dear friend. You can do it. School. Thanks, Tracy. I'm studying. I just decided to take a break and get back on here and catch up with you guys because I missed you. And I know you guys have missed me because I've gotten your tweets and your Facebook messages and your emails. So I got all those hints. So finally I'm back online. Plum Bob is here. Now, let me just go back up just a second. Texas Service Dog Team is about service dogs, and Plum Bob is Plumber Bob. We have Auto Dreamer 77 who's here. Emily Goldberg is saying, "Well, congratulations on sticking with your education." Thanks, Emily. I appreciate that. It's just like, I just kind of felt like it was my turn. Just something I needed to do for me. And it's really been tough. But I will say that going back to school as a non-traditional student who also has a disability, the Disability Service Office at college has been amazing to help with so many things. So that's really made a huge difference. I don't know that I could be successful at all without their help. So are you guys, anybody here, going back to school or currently in school? I know, Tracy, you talked about school some. Oh, good night, Tracy. Thank you for coming in. And Tracy said, Texas Service Dog Team says, sure thing, y'all. Yeah, I really enjoy Tracy's channel, Texas Service Dog Team. She recently acquired another service dog. Her first one, it was time to phase out. Service dogs have a, I guess, a limited help span, if you want to think about it like that. When they get to be a certain age, it's just time for them to retire. And so the idea is to bring another service dog in before the older one gets incapacitated or anything like that. So that's where she is. Really neat channel. And of course, Plum Bob and Auto Dreamer, I love you guys' channel too. And I know I just saw, I lost a comment. You know what I'm about to decide? I'm about to decide that I don't keep up as well at night this late as I do earlier during the day. So y'all just bear with me. And Plum Bob says, I'm working on a new apprenticeship as a motorcycle mechanic. I have 8 weeks of schooling each year for the next 4 years. Wow. I didn't realize that it took that long to be a motorcycle mechanic. I thought it was more of a tech program, couple of years, 18 months deal. That's going to put you hands-on with a lot of great bikes. And Auto Dreamer, I've got to say, I missed your live stream completely. I was in class. I have not had a chance to go back and catch up with you, but I intend to. Oh, Tracy's still here. I thought she'd left. Here I was talking nice about her. She says, aw, thanks for mentioning me. I have to babysit my grandbaby in the morning, nighty-night. Aw. You have fun with that grandbaby. I hope she he gets spoiled. And Plum Bob says, I just tried to share a wee bit of my life on my channel so people know who I am. I think that's really cool, Plum Bob. And Dean says, I have a deal with my dad that if I keep a job for 6 months, he will help pay for me to go to flight school because I want to become a commercial pilot. Dean, that is so cool. And I bet you can keep that job for 6 months or longer because you're going to want a good long job history when you go to apply to be a commercial pilot. One of my girlfriend's husbands retired from that. It's been a little bit longer than I like to think about now, but they really enjoyed it. He got a lot of perks for being a commercial pilot. I was just a little bit jealous. So now, but commercial pilots can mean a lot of different things. So are you talking about a cargo commercial pilot? Do you want to fly a jetliner, a corporate jet? What are you thinking about there? And Plum Bob says, awesome, Dean, you can do it. I think it sounds exciting. Auto Dreamer says, oh, the stream was a spur of the moment thing to see if I had it figured out. LOL. I'll stream again at some point, but I don't know when right now. I'm only off work Monday, and I need to film a video or 3. I hear you. I had these videos on my other laptop kind of stockpiled for a couple of weeks so I could get through midterms, and then when my laptop tanked, I haven't been able to pull those files yet. So it's about killed me. So definitely stockpile those videos. But I've learned the hard way. I'm going to go ahead and, like, the minute I get the videos done, I'm going to upload them to YouTube and put them on the schedule instead of uploading like several at a time and doing that in batches. Didn't work out so well for me. But streams are neat because you get to talk to everybody. And as you guys know, a lot of times on my stream, I'll have a general topic, but not tonight. Auto Dreamer says, Auto Dreamer 77 says, oh no, my issue right now is I just don't have anything saved. It's all up already. That's okay. It sounds like you're going to create some. I've learned the hard way the value of having something up and in the queue. And it's so frustrating because I have 3 videos on that computer that is dead. So, and we checked the power supply and it's fine. So it's got to be something within the computer itself. I just have not had time to take it by tech at the school and have them look at it. And I've not had time to try to, pull the cover or look at it myself. Dean Robinson says, see, cargo would be nice because I would love to fly the big planes that no longer fly with people, like the 747, DC-10, and etc. Now, I've heard, and I don't know if it's still true or not, but several years ago when my friend's husband was flying, he used to say that FedEx hired more pilots than anybody. And he was on airliners and he liked the perks. But yeah, he used to have a lot of good things to say about, FedEx looking from the outside in. I don't know anything about what it would be like to fly for them. But flying itself has a lot of neat advantages. I know when I worked in the travel agency, I spent several years there. We used to have discounts all the time for pilots who were traveling. As an automatic 50% discount when we had the rooms available wherever they were staying. So that was kind of neat. I was always a little jealous when we'd have a pilot come in. Auto Dreamer 77 says, at Dean Robinson, that sounds like a sweet deal. In Alaska, they hire tons and tons of pilots. Bush planes are all over everywhere because they have to be. There's a lot of places that are not accessible any other way. And H-Top Music is saying good night, everyone. Good night, H-Top. I hope you have a great evening. I really appreciate you stopping in. And Dean Robinson says, yeah, FedEx has a huge fleet. They do. That's what I used to understand anyway. And Auto Dreamer 77 says good night. And H-Top says you're welcome. Thank you. It always makes my day to see H-Top because just a really neat situation there. Oh, you know what? Dean Robinson, have you heard about the Iditarod Air Force in Alaska? They have volunteer pilots that actually help fly like the mushers and the dogs and the supplies and the media and stuff from point to point and stuff. I always thought that would be cool. And let's see. Plum Bob says, Dean Robinson, I hope you take every advantage of your opportunity from your dad. I do too. That's an incredible offer. And Plum Bob says, "Good night, Auto Dreamer." Oh, is Auto Dreamer leaving? I thought H Top was leaving. Are you guys both gone? We'll see if they post in a minute. Okay, Auto Dreamer 77 says it was H Top, LOL. Okay. Plum Bob says I'm mixed up. It's because it's 12:24 in the morning. I can't believe I'm live streaming at 12:44 in the morning. But why not? I've actually got to be leaving home at 7:30 because I got to be taking my test at 9 in the morning. I kind of went brain dead. And so it was kind of funny too. It's just actually funny, just my dumb luck. I can take my tests in the testing center at school. So I go in, I pull in, and I've got enough time that I think, oh, I can get this done. And I go in. Guess what? We're having a freaking fire drill. Everybody's outside of the building, and I had to wait to get in and take the test. And this whole time we do the fire drill, I didn't realize it, but the horns and sirens or whatever you want, noisemakers, they go on for like 10 minutes. So by the time I got in there ready to do the test, my head was just pounding. And I was like, look, you guys, can I just come back like later? And so they said yes. And Plum Bob says it's only 10:24 here in Edmonton, Alberta. I'm going to pretend it's 10:24 here. That way I get extra sleep, right? And Plum Bob says, Gayle, you're going to be tired tomorrow. Yeah, I think I am. But I was studying, got my textbook right here, got my flashcards, and I was going like completely brain dead. And Dean Robinson says, and I would love to later become a bush pilot, but I heard that it's better to fly commercial or cargo before you start flying bush planes. At least that's what most bush pilots do before. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I think just flying at all would be just amazing. So, Dean, do you think you get to keep your job for the next 6 months to take advantage of your dad's offer? Oh, and Plum Bob, did I tell you that I get to go back through Edmonton this coming, well, not this summer, but 2019? I'm going to be driving to Alaska again. I'll be coming straight through Edmonton. Hopefully it won't be 10:24 p.m. And Dean says, yeah, I've already been working at a janitorial company for 4 months now. Whoa, that's going to be a huge change. That's really exciting. Plum Bob says, Dean, are you in Texas? I just popped over to your channel. I'm jealous of the weather you guys have. And Auto Dreamer 77 says, nice. 2 months to go. And H Top Music says, bye everyone. So, bye H Top. I appreciate you coming in. And Dean Robinson says, bye, H-Top. Plum Bob, is it ever going to stop snowing in Edmonton and being cold? Dean says, yeah, I live in San Antonio. I was in San Antonio several years ago. No, I was actually shocked at how small the Alamo is. I thought we'd always heard about the Battle of the Alamo being in Tennessee, and I always thought this was this huge, massive, super big football field or 2 football fields kind of thing. I was really surprised. And Plum Bob says, I sure hope so. I would like to ride my motorcycle this year. Yeah, I'd say so. You know, the weather's just been so weird everywhere. Auto Dreamer says he was amazed by the 70-degree weather in PA today. Ours was like 77, I think the high was. So I don't know what it's going to be tomorrow. I'll have to ask Google later. Yeah. I've got my Google Mini unplugged right now. I didn't want it to pull bandwidth while I was streaming. I like playing around with the Google Mini. I annoy my husband that way. So. Gayle, when you pass through Edmonton, I hope you have pleasant service at the gas stations, said by Plum Bob. That will be nice. The only place in all of Canada that I didn't have really nice time, really nice conversation, and just really super people was at the gas station. And I forget what highway it was on, but it's the one straight through Edmonton. And it was close to the McDonald's there. There was a McDonald's on the highway. Of course, that probably nails it down to like 50 million gas stations. And Dean Robinson is saying that, Plum Bob, I'm jealous of the weather you have right now. I love snow. And then he goes on to say, I was born in Boston because my dad was in the military. And then Plum Bob is saying, winter is not too bad. It just lasts way too long. Yeah. Of course, this year it's been really weird with winter. It's like winter just will not let go. You know, we had good weather for about a week. So I think that Old Man Winter must have gone on spring break and Mother Nature took over. But then he's back. That's my theory anyway. And my screen just froze on my computer. Is it frozen up here? No. Okay. Everybody get quiet on me? Or did my computer freeze? Okay, it looks like you just got quiet. Oh, there we go. Plum Bob says, I understand that they are having 2 feet of fresh snow in northern Ontario. Good night. And says that Old Man Winter really has a hold on them. He absolutely does. And then Dean Robinson says, you kind of like the hot weather down here, Plum Bob. Isn't that the weird thing about people? It's like we always want whatever we don't have where we are. You know, if we live near the mountains, like I do, we always like going to the beach. If we live near the beach, we always like going to the mountains. If you're hot, you always want snow. If you've got snow, you definitely want it to warm up. We're just fickle critters, you know, we humans. Auto Dreamer 77 puts it very well. And he says, to summarize, variety is the spice of life. You are so right. And Plum Bob says, I've been in the cold climate all my life. I would take a year of too hot. It'd be really a big change. My dream is to spend a year in Alaska where it's cold. I don't know if I'll ever get to do my dream though. My husband is like, he likes Alaska, but we've never been in the winter, and he's not really keen on diving in and moving there. But you know, what can you do? After 30 plus years, I think he's a keeper. And Dean says, I get my fair share of snow each year. I go to Colorado to ski and snowboard. You are a brave soul. I have been to the ski slopes to chaperone a youth group trip. Going down those slopes, diving in really fast. Yeah, go and do, because I'll admire you. Plum Bob says, Gayle, I believe you will realize your dream. Your husband will make it happen one day. We'll see. Maybe when we're old enough to retire. I don't know. But I'd like to go through a full cycle, and the Northern Lights is something I've never been able to see. And I really think it would be neat to do that. And I've had friends that tell me that in some ways, winter is when Alaska comes alive because there are so many activities. And they promise me, absolutely promise me, that the most spectacular fireworks show on Earth are in Alaska in the winter. I want to see if that's true, because I've seen some pretty spectacular fireworks shows down here. And Plum Bob says, it is okay if you dress for it. Yeah, now that's something I'll have to buy. Definitely a better coat. And Dean says, yeah, Alaska is so beautiful. My dad was stationed up there for 2 years right before I was born. I went up twice when I was 2 and 3 years ago. What did you think? And were you in Anchorage or Fairbanks? Because they're both really, really neat, and they're both really different from each other. I also got to drive down to Homer, Alaska once, and that was really cool. I did that last year. And Plum Bob says, the Northern Lights are spectacular. I agree, Gayle. Cool. That is really good to know. You just fueled my fire to get me to want to go more. Of course, first I have to pass anthropology. And to do that, I guess I better get to studying some more. After this, I've got 2 papers to write and an essay. So like my papers and essays just keep coming this semester. But 3 more weeks. I keep telling myself 3 more weeks and I'm good. I'll be even better if we don't have any more fire alarms. Okay. Plum Bob said something kind of made me laugh. Says, I'm so glad I stopped by tonight. Your smile really makes my day. Thank you. Plum Bob, I appreciate that. You just made my day. And Auto Dreamer 77 says, I just caught myself nodding, so instead of falling asleep in this chair, I think I'm going to call it a night. Good night, everyone. Good night, Auto Dreamer 77. I'm fixing to go too and do some more studying in a minute. And Dean Robinson says, I loved it. My dad was stationed in Fairbanks. I hardly remember it when I was 2. We went deep sea fishing 3 years ago and was in Anchorage and mainly in Seward. We did drive to Homer one day to see what it was like. It was interesting. Did you get to drive on out to the Homer like Homer Spit and go to like Land's End? I just thought it was cool that you're looking at water that empties out like in such a major fashion in like the Bering Sea, the Pacific Ocean, and so forth. Plum Bob says, thanks for the warm welcome and the good company. Good night, all. Good night, Plum Bob. Thanks for stopping in. I always like talking to you. Plum Bob's going to do some neat stuff with these motorcycles. I cannot wait to see what he does. Two thumbs up, Gayle. Thank you, Plums Bob. And Dean says, yeah, we went all the way to the end of Homer, like right on the edge. Is that not the coolest thing? We spent some time in Seward then too. Actually went whale watching out of Seward twice now. The first time we went, we just drove around to see what it was like. Very different than Homer, that's for sure. And very, very, very different than Fairbanks. And Dean says, good night, Plum Bob. It was great talking to you. So, and Dean, I hate to do this to you, but I think I'm going to have to go to, I've got a little more studying to do, and I got to go through all these flashcards again and see how much I can forget by in the morning. So, but I really thank you for stopping in. Yeah. I hope you'll come back and join the chat again one day. I don't usually do late chats too much, but I'm starting to do more. And Dean says, all right, it was great talking to you. Great talking to you too. I hope you have a good night. And I want to thank y'all again for coming and hanging out. And I will see you all out, about, and online. So So good night. Oh, thank you. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to do that. So y'all have a good night. Thanks again for coming in.